Hey all, it's been a while since I posted anything, I've talked about anything. I kind of needed some silence to myself. And today being Labour's Day again, my thoughts were triggered, my entire life as to what I've worked for was kind of with a question mark. So I'm a dancer, I'm a yoga teacher. These are the identities of work and my passion that I have been following and I have identified myself with. Now it becomes a question, or rather, I would say, I've got many of my friends who have looked at me with envy in their eyes, and sometimes I enjoy that envy that, oh, you're so lucky you've got to follow your passion. You're so lucky to just be living with what you enjoy the most. And I've always agreed to it. I've never denied it because every time I'm doing work, the excitement is unbelievable. The high of every performance and the satisfaction of every moment of working towards it. Of course, it comes with every other emotion, but there is a wonderful satisfaction that comes your way. You're just happy about it. No, but sometimes it takes you to the other extreme. This is what is your take back from the work that you do. And such days like this, like a Labour's Day, you start thinking how much of work as work, the element of effort in terms of hard work, in terms of time, in terms of whatever you have as your material money, your everything that you have as a substance you put in to this work when you start seeing it. Now sometimes very elevated artist comes and tells you that, I don't see it as work, I see it as what I do, as a way of life, and that's true. But then again, we do need that matter, that material that needs to sustain us as a person, that needs to sustain us as an artist. Me being a classical dancer, it is not a field that rewards you with materialistic prosperity. I'm talking about money. If you are only into performance. And so the condition comes that you have to run a school or you have to be a teacher, and the returns or the amount that you invest in your creation is umpteen. You have to have a concept. If you don't have a concept for yourself, then you have to pay someone or possibly get a friend to write a concept for you. And there is the obligatory baggage, of course. Then you have the lyricist who is going to translate it from English to possibly Sanskrit or whichever language you need. So there is a cost incurred. Then there is a music composer who is also going to create music for you, and there is a cost incurred. If it is recorded or live, there's a cost incurred. Maintenance of yourself, cost incurred. Money to perform, sometimes to produce and put it up in a good auditorium, cost incurred. Costumes and presentation of a new product or production, cost incurred. And of course, when you're doing a show, it is the auditorium, lights, sounds, so many things, the setup, the background, everything cost incurred. What is your take back? Priceless satisfaction if it is a success. If not, priceless criticism that you hold on to. After all this effort, if it is successful, yes, you get moments of joy, but you also get other things like somebody taking your work because you do not have a copyright, and somebody just copies it all the way or cut and paste it all the way, or it takes the concept of it all the way, and then you are still left with what? The labor of laboriously working towards your passion, the labor of giving in time, effort, day after day, time after time, putting in your hours either in the work physically or mentally, intelligence, putting in your time to call people and put it all together, put it as a production. It's endless. And after one production, we're on to the next. We look for sponsors, we look for, and this is just a never ending effort, rewarding nothing materialistically. So, yes, dancers, artists are at the most elevated level, and I feel dancers take maybe theater artists. I'm not really sure, but for me, when I come from this industry, I feel dancers who are trying to sustain as performers, it's really difficult. You have to run a school, you have to run something else, you have to have probably another job, and we don't have bonuses, we don't have monthly income, we don't have any other offers, but probably opportunity platforms, which is again bid in the name of opportunities year after year. And we don't have a dancers day, we have World Dance Day. So it is a very laborious job. We put in a lot of labor, and I don't think we all get the due credit. I really feel the musicians, if you are a good musician, you get paid for recording, there is a value attached to it. But for a dancer, the value or the throwback is it's a divine form of art. But even to the divine, when you go to the temple, when you go to the church, when you go to there is something that you give, there's a value that you give that is immense. You really put in a lot of, and there are so many people who put in money. So I'm kind of in this thought structure today as how am I going to celebrate this labor with not much of a return? I'm not saying I don't get paid for any of the shows, but in comparison to what I put in, so is the comeback that I should be happy with just the satisfaction of being a great performer?